fi gún. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé ò láyé fi gún. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìlú tí ò bá ságbẹ̀ lè bí ọ̀gbàgbà fọwọ́ mẹ́kẹ́ tí máa ń bá wọn múlẹ̀ bí ẹ̀gbẹ́ iṣu. Show me a city without farmers and I will show you a land of farming. Nítorí àwa mọ pàtàkì àwọn àgbẹ̀ láwùjọ la ṣe ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ikọ̀ Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ Voice of the Farmers jẹ́ ikọ̀ tó ń dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ jákèjádò nípa ìṣètò àwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó yè kooro lóòrèkóòrè lórí ìlànà à ń gbà ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà tí yóò fi pé ni ìgbélárugẹ àti àyẹ́sí àwọn àgbẹ̀ education, celebration and promotion of farmers. Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers wà lórí àwọn ìtàkùn káyélujára bíi Facebook, Instagram àti Thread at Voice of the Farmers. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la tún wà lórí YouTube at Voice of the Farmers TV. A tún máa ń ṣe ìsopọ̀ láàárín àwọn àgbẹ̀ àti àwọn alágbàtà èrè oko tó fi mọ́ àwọn ọjà tó tọ́ láti ta èrè oko sí kí èrè oko wa má bàa ṣòfò. We link farmers to the right market for sale. We also help farmers to market their farm produce. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ lè kàn sí Voice of the Farmers lórí àwọn nọ́mbà wọ̀nyí 0907 872 8288 tàbí 0706 662 8752. Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn àwọn àgbẹ̀. We celebrate, educate and promote farmers.
Listen to us out there. My name is Olumide. I am reporting live for Voice of the Farmer. I am welcoming you to this show today. We are in the middle of celebrating the youth in the whole world. We have International Youth Day. So I think it was day before yesterday on the 12th of August, just to commemorate the day and also to at least in our own little way to join the world in celebrating the youth, because we believe youth are the leaders of tomorrow, not even tomorrow again. They are now the youth leaders of today. So that is why Voice of the Farmer come up with this initiative by bringing on board some of our youth in the Agric space. Let them talk about the importance and impact of youth in the Agric space. And that is why we have some of our guests today. I think I have some of them in the back end already. So I will just be bringing them on board just to talk about the impact and the importance of youth in the Agric space. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that is joining us on this live show. I remain myself once again. My name is Olumide. I am reporting live for Voice of the Farmer. Let me just go and bring some of my guests in, because I think I have them at the back end already. So they are at the back end already. Let me just come in with them. I think I have Mr. Steven. I have Deborah Thomas as well, and I have Mr. Kayode Adejumo, while we are waiting for others to join us. That is Mr. Ashadi Abdusalam. Yes, I'm happy to see you guys. It's been a long time. And I'm very glad I just informed you guys. I think we should just come up with an initiative about celebrating our youth. And I'm very glad you guys are coming on board to come up with, to lend your voice about the impact and importance of the youth in the agricultural space. Let me start with Mr. Stephen Fukwola. Please, we'll meet you, sir.
All right, I'm Stephen Fukwola, the team lead of Agro Optimizer. We are actually into helping farmers get the best of their effort right from the beginning to the end, making great productivity and as well profitability.
That is a good one. I appreciate it, because if you are looking at any of our guests on this show, all of them are in the Agric space. That is just the beauty of it now. And I'm very sure some of them are meeting themselves for the first time. I think that is just the beauty of the connectivity and the networking now. So let me go to the only lady among us, because she's just like an iron lady now. So let me go to Miss Deborah Thomas. Please, can you introduce yourself, ma'am?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas Deborah. Yeah, I'm the Aqua Technical Executive for Holland Agric. So we are actually in charge. We do more input supply with the producers of Blue Crown, Aqualis, EcoFloat, Fish Feed, and Alpha Feed. So that is what we basically do, and we also consult for fish farmers. So anyone that is in need of any technical issues can just link up to me. Thank you for having me.
No, you're going to pay for that advert now, because you're saying anyone that wants to link up. So I'm not joking. So let me go to Mr. Kayode Adejumo. I think he's been a long friend and we have been together for a while. So, sir, please introduce yourself to my audience, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. I'm Adejumo Kayode Felix. I'm the founder of Imperial Farm and Agro World Consults. I'm a consultant, and we are into snail farming. popularly known as agriculture. Thank you.
You see, one thing about this youth is that you are making me happy because looking at the statistics of the youth that we have in the agricultural sector, I think we have minimum like we don't have more youth in the agric sector, and I think that is really is really saddening because we believe sometimes they say youth are the leaders of tomorrow, and I think not tomorrow again because the tomorrow is now. We are the leaders of today. So seeing you guys like young guys like you in the agric space is giving me a joy. So I'm very very happy for having you guys. So while we are waiting for Mr. Abdusalam Ashade, which is the CEO for Green Janitor, let us just go on this short advert. I'll see you guys soon. Hold on.
àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, mo máa bá gbẹ̀ lọ o. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, láyé fi gùn. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, láyé fi gùn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìlú tí ò bá ságbẹ̀ lébi ọ̀gbàgbà fọwọ́ mẹ́kẹ́ tí máa ń bá wọn múlẹ̀ bí ẹ̀gbẹ́ iṣu. Show me a city without farmers and I will show you a land of farming. Nítorí àwa mọ pàtàkì àwọn àgbẹ̀ láwùjọ la ṣe ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ikọ̀ Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ Voice of the Farmers jẹ́ ikọ̀ tó ń dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ jákèjádò nípa ìṣètò àwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó yè kooro lóòrèkóòrè lórí ìlànà à ń gbà ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà tí yóò fi pé ní ìgbélárugẹ àti àyẹ́sí.
Welcome to the show. We are still live on an important show where we are trying to improve to celebrate our youth. We are live at this is the International Youth Day. I think it was just the first day, and we are trying to commemorate, like just to also join the world in celebrating the youth. So I have with me some guests which are in the agric space already. They are doing well. We have a snail farmer, we have an agro optimizer here, and we have someone that is working in the whole lab. When you're talking about Olam now, like they are one of the stakeholders in the feed industry for livestock food. That means Mrs. Deborah, she's you're like a big fish among us now. She's just like and she's the only lady among us as well. So yeah, we are saying thank you for joining us on this show. Now let me just go straight to the point because we don't want to waste time at all. Just all of us have a lot to do. Now, the topic is what are the impacts and importance of youth in agriculture. Now, before you say anything, looking at from my own statistics, I think we don't really have more youth in the agricultural space. And I think probably some of our youth, they still see agriculture as a dirty job. Me looking at Deborah, Miss Deborah now, you can't tell me she's a dirty, or let me say she's not looking fair, or she's not looking fair, or she's not looking pretty. Like looking at her alone with access alone, that shows she's living well. Sometimes we need to change the narrative of our youth that they think there is nothing in agriculture or there is no money in agriculture. Now, sometimes I think I hosted a farmer this morning which is talking about calling the youth into agricultural space. So let me go to Miss Deborah. What do you think are the impacts and importance of youth in the agricultural space?
Okay. Now, I will start by defining what a youth is. I wrote down, I penned down that youth are primary productive human resource of the social economic development of a nation. So a youth is very, very, very important. So and they really have a huge role to play in the agricultural space, in the industry. And when we look at the fact that on a yearly basis, hundreds of thousands of graduates they are being called into the labor market, to source for work and everything. But looking at it now, if just 30% of these unemployed youth, if they are actually in the agricultural, you can just imagine the rapid growth that will take place in the nation's economy. Just imagine it. So it's very, very important for every youth to be involved. I'm not just saying because agriculture is not meant for the retirees. It's not even meant for the retirees. We don't want retirees that keep on coming. We need the youth. We need the agility, the age, whereby they'll be able to work. So, and it's not just, it's very important because I think probably, and again, the government really has a lot to work on the social media because whenever they are talking about agriculture, we don't want any old people there. We don't want people that are so wrinkled and they display them on the face. And why do you expect agriculture to be attractive to the youth when they see such picture? And when they see, It should be something that should be attractive even to the young generations, aside from the youth, at least those that are just coming to adolescent age. When they see a magazine and they see in front of the magazine a young and vibrant youth working, not just they're working in a smart way, not in a well, not because hard work doesn't pay. Hard work and smart work should work together. So it's very, very important for youth to be involved because we need them. We need them in the agri space. We don't need old people anymore. Where we might still need them, but we need the youth more. We need them to be involved. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Deborah. I think you hit the nail on the head. Saying now, I want to correct something. We still need those old people now because we definitely leverage on their experience. That is it. Because they're one that said you that are the leaders of tomorrow. So if we didn't get the experience from them, how do we want to strive? So we still need the old people. But I would just want them to okay, put us through, and we still need more youth inclusion in our cultural space. Now, let me go to Mr. Okay, you
Can
want
I
to say
say something?
Okay.
I'm not saying, when I was talking about a magazine and everything, that's actually what I'm trying to make
Yes.
statement that the government, we need young people to be used as adverts. We need old people, at least they'll put us through, though, for professional advice or anything. But I'm trying to say that, that's why I said that we still need them, but we don't need retirees all the time. At least we need to make this attractive to be so that at least they can as well be in the hard space.
Yes, I agree with you. Because some of the magazine or the advert you see online, you just see old man or old woman using old to cultivate the land, which is even something that is not that is not too good. So I think we have our other guest here that want to join us now, Comrade Abdusalam Ashadi. So let us just bring him in. Hello, Mr. Abdusalam.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Absalam. So please kindly introduce yourself to our audience out there. We are already waiting for you. So introduce yourself, sir.
My name
Hello.
is Ashadi Absalam. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are with you.
All right. So my name is Ashadi Absalam Abielu. I'm the Executive Director of Green Janitor Sustainable Initiative. Green Janitor Sustainable Initiative is a youth-led organization that focuses on the green economy and, of course, the sustainable environment, basically in Lagos State, Nigeria. And we've been trying so much to advocate for circular economy, tourist management, and recycling. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us on this live show because I think I just informed you this morning, this morning as well. So I really appreciate every one of you for coming on board. So let me go to Mr. Stephen Popola. Let me just hear from your own view. What do you think are the importance or what are the impacts of the youth in agri space?
All right, just to start with, I'll come from this angle. There is an impending global hunger, which the Federation of Food and Agriculture has actually been making us know. And even from our own end, we can actually see that the population, the human population, the global human population is on the rise. And if we look at the production, the food production index, in relation to the explosion of population we are about to have in let's say in a decade now, because it has been assumed that by 2050 the world population might double itself. And if we look into that, currently the food production index, the increase, the rate at which is increasing will not be able to meet up with that population growth. So there is need for us to increase our food production index. If not, the global crisis, the global hunger is going to, don't let us even go into that right now. And one thing, we have seen it as a fight. It is like a war, a battle ahead for us to pick up. And when you look into the military sphere now, when there is a recruitment for military personnel, the main target is always at the let me say the youth bracket, the youth age bracket. Because, okay, let's say we have the population, we divide the population into three. The dependent, that is maybe from age 0 years down to 18 in some countries such as Nigeria here. Then from 18 to like then 50 upward, the dependent phase. The target is always within the range of that 18 to 40, 50. So that is where we have the youth. That is where the strength to fight the battle, both the mental strength and the physical strength lies. So for every nation that is really looking into development, into growing, or into winning a battle, either this time around we're talking about the food crisis, then we have to look into the youth where the strength lies. And now, when we now look into let's just say the problem, the challenge we're having on ground, the youth are not interested in agriculture. Just let me say that majority of the youth are not interested in agriculture, just as Ms. Deborah said earlier on, for one reason. Anything the youth will be interested in, has to be attractive. I use the word romantic. Until we make agriculture romantic, the youth will not be interested in it. The impact of youth in food production cannot be set aside, because that is where the idea lies. When we're talking about increasing food productivity, we cannot keep doing things the old way and we expect an increase, or we expect things to change. We need an improved way of producing for us to have improved production. And that is where agro-optimizers come in. We're talking about technology. Who are those that will come up with this technology idea, the building of all these machines? It's the youth. It's the youth. So the importance of the youth and the impact of the youth cannot be overemphasized. It's something it's something every let's say the world government really needs to look into. And if you look into developing nations, that is where they target the youth to get the growth.
Well, thank you
So
very
I
much,
stop here for
Mr.
now. This
Stephen
will just be a
Pokuola.
part of what I will share later on.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Pokuola. So let me just go to Mr. Absalam Ashade. I think Mr. Kayode is not here. So because Mr. Absalam Ashade is into environmental sustainability, and when you are looking at agriculture and sustainability of environment, they work hand in hand. They are interwoven, because even if you want to do livestock farming, you are going to be doing it on the land. You cannot be doing it on the space. Even if it's on the space, definitely you still need environmental as well. So let's hear from him. What did Mr. Absalam think about the impact and the importance of the youth in the agri space?
Thank you so much, Mr. Alonso. We all know that the youth are critical stakeholders in every sector that we have in the whole world.
Saka, can you be audible enough, sir? Because I can't hear you very well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, very well.
All right, thank you. So I said we cannot overemphasize that the youth are critical stakeholders in every sectors in the whole world, and agriculture is not an exception. You understand? And looking at what we are looking generally at the world whole world is talking about something. And what's the thing? We're talking about the Sustainable Development Goals. If we look at the United Nations SDG 2030, those that they want to be the driver of the achievement of the SDGs are the youth. And if you look at SDG 2, which is zero hunger, the target of SDG 2 is to make sure that there is availability of food. And looking at that, it means there is need for young people to go into agriculture. Let's look back in Nigeria. During the regime of Shehu Shagari in 1980, Shehu Shagari launched something called the Green Revolution. The idea of Green Revolution was for people, particularly the youth, to get involved in farming, to mechanize tools and the likes. We are now in 2023,
2023.
right? Since 1980 to 2023. Let's look at what is the impact of that policy or the initiative that time. It's not there again. And
Hey, I think the network is not too good at all. Okay, I think we have him back. Hello, are you there? Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. So it means we are not involving the right person, which is the youth. Now we understand that we are talking about technological agri tech. And the only people that can drive that faster are the youth in the 21st century, because majority of the youth are now getting inclined with technology. Sometimes when we say farming or agriculture, a lot of people think it's all about old cutlasses or getting your feet or your hands toiled with soil. No. How are the developed world, how are they doing the agriculture? It has evolved into a technological method. We have different equipment now that they use for agriculture. And looking at it, those that are the driver of that agri-tech are the youth. So the youth are not to be exempted if we truly want to get into the picture of agriculture. And sorry, I would like to digress a bit. And what I want to say is that the government needs to be deliberate about the production of food, increasing the food value chain that we have in Nigeria. There's a lot of greenwashing programs where they invite the youth and tell them they want to do training for 1 week, and those youth they want to invite are people that don't even have passion for farming. And after the training, you give them cage. You give them cage. You give them maybe manure or everything. And because that one don't have passion, he look for one nearby malam that is into farming and sell those things out. So the government also needs to be deliberate about getting youth that are passionate enough. And it's not we are not in the medieval period where farming is all about you getting oko and ada. And we all know that one of the goals of SDG is no poverty. We cannot end poverty if we not put focus on agriculture. We cannot end poverty if we not put focus on agriculture. We all know that there's a Yoruba adage that said, that is when people can be able to feed themselves, then there's no how you have reduced poverty to a barest minimum. So the government needs to be deliberate, look for people that are passionate into going to agriculture and equip them with the necessary skills and mechanism. It's not about one sack of manure and fishery and stuff like no, or small cage. No. Let them have exposure into the international world. How is China doing agriculture? How are they into agriculture? Go to China, go and see the way they do their own region, they do their own soil test and the likes. It's not the way we do it. So the government needs to be deliberate. Also, the NGOs need to stop greenwashing of food programs or agriculture programs. They need to stop it. They need to stop it. Whereby you just go to one community and donate and the line and take picture. No. They need to stop it. If we are to pick just 20 people in a local government that are passionate about farming, we equip them with another skill, train them, and establish them. If you can start that, in the next 5 years, you will see the way we will have increased our food production in Nigeria. So the youth can never be overemphasized in this in the midst of achieving agricultural and food production and the like. The value chain, the people that can drive it more is the youth. So we need to be deliberate and pay attention to them. Thank you, Mr. Olumide.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdusalam Ashadi. I really enjoyed what you said, and you hit the nail on the head as well. So let me just go to Mr. Kayode Adejumo. I know he has a lot to say about the impact and the importance of the youth as well. He's a snail farmer, and I know you were talking about the snail and the snail expert. So, Mr. Kayode Adejumo, you have the floor now. Please unmute yourself, sir. I think your video, you mute yourself. Unmute, please. Okay, we can hear you now. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Can
you hear me? All right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Firstly, let me appreciate the speakers. In fact, I'm really enjoying the program. I'd like to throw a salute to Mr. Stephen Popola and Mr. Salam, or better still, commemorate Salam. You've really done well. God bless you, sir. And to our mother, Mrs. Thomas Deborah, we really appreciate your contribution. And to Voice of the Farmers, we are enjoying your program. We always enjoy your program, and you've been doing well for us. So it's a platform that virtually everyone should join, so that they will learn more, especially they'll be able to learn more about agriculture. Now,
thank you very much, sir.
You said we should talk about the impact. You're welcome, sir. The impact of youth, or the importance of youth in agriculture. First and foremost, let me say, youth is a person that is young. Is a stage of a person before he becomes an adult. That's who we call youth. And what are the impacts of youth in the agric sector? We have so many impacts or importance of youth in the agric space. When I saw the topic, in fact, it was one of the courses I taught my students last semester. That's youth organization in agriculture. I was very happy when you told me last semester. Number one, let me say, one of the impacts of youth in agriculture is that it reduces crime rate among youth. It reduces crime rate.
Yes.
Gone are the days when youth doesn't engage in agriculture. For example, in the olden days, people like us, we don't then they don't engage in agriculture. It's our fathers and forefathers, they will be the ones doing agriculture then. People of our age, we still be following them to the farm. I mean back then. But now everything has changed. People are working smart. Like my sister has said, they are working hard. Agriculture these days is no more a dirty job. In fact, it's what people have been rushing into. Let me digress a little bit. I studied agriculture in the University of Florida. So when I graduated, I don't want to, I was like, how will I get a job? How will I, so many thoughts on my mind. So I've been thinking hard, okay, what can I do as a, okay, how can I contribute to my society or to my community? Like the convener said, I'm a snake farmer. So the thought just come. You can start snake farming now after you studied agriculture in higher institution. I started with, let me just say, 0 naira. I gathered snakes, I acquired knowledge, and I've been doing it before I graduated. But one of the challenges is that youth of nowadays, we value quick money. If you want to enjoy agriculture, you in fact, you won't be talking about quick money. If you involve yourself in the value chain, you can still get quick money. But everything still takes time. For youth of nowadays, many people, they value quick money. So it's one of the challenges, even before we talk about the impact, because you must be ready to be in agriculture. You must be ready for it. Before you say, okay, oh, I want to do this thing, I want to engage myself in agriculture. So as I was saying, I said it reduced crime rate among the youth. If you find yourself doing something, you won't be thinking of going into crime. You won't be thinking of going into rugby. So that's one of the impacts in agriculture. Number two, it results in better livelihood. Number two, it results in better livelihood. So that's another impact. If you don't have anything doing, and you think of what you can do, you join the Agric space and you start. Before you know it, the way you were yesterday, today will be better than that. And another thing is that it contributes to citizenship and the community. And I want you to know something about this, that you have to understand the history and value of a country and a community as a youth.
Exactly.
We still have to value our fathers. We can't just throw them away like that. That okay, it's not the technology era. No, you can't say that. We still have to value them. We still have to bring them in so that we gather and garner experience. We have the skills, but they have the experience. You know, when you are on I always say something to people that this agri space, you have to preach what you are doing. It can't just be okay. Oh, I'm into snake farming, I'm into fish farming. So okay, once you do that, no, you have to practicalize it over the years. You will fail, definitely. After you fail, you get up again. You fail again, you get up again. When I started my own farm then, I lost so many snakes. But with time, I gathered the experience. That even you wake me up that, okay, if this thing happens, what's the solution? You should be able to stand up and say the solution immediately. And another thing is that academic success, as a youth, you have to be sound. Because Agric now is no child's play. You have to be smart. You have to have broad knowledge. So that it's because it's what you have that you can give.
Exactly.
If you don't have something, you can't give people, or else you'll be misleading them. That's one of the things. Like, in fact, it is common online now. So many people don't know much about agriculture, but they will just venture into it and mislead people. And before you know it, millions of naira has gone into the bin. So another thing is that as a youth, another impact is that the community connection. It must encourage a sense of connection to others in their community so that they can also do what? Have passion and love agriculture. Because if there is no connection, like Comrade Abdul Salam has said, if there is no connection, there's nothing you can do. You will just be teaching them, you will be equipping them, and they will be wasting everything. They will find someone sell the equipment and they are enjoying their life again. No. Find someone that is those people that have passion for it. Because Agric, sometimes you don't have passion for it, you will quit. That's just the bitter truth. But once you understand the business, understand everything, it will be easier for you to forge ahead. So another thing I will be saying is that as a youth, everything is not digital.
Mr. Kayode Adejumo, I know you have a lot to say, but you know I'm trying to look at the time because all of us are farmers and want to go back to our previous our different farms now. So I want us to just try and make it short because let us just go on this short break. When we come back, we're just going to advise our youth and at least we wrap up with the program. So sorry, I know you have a lot to say about this aspect, but I'm very, very sorry. So we just need to go for this short advert. I'm coming.
Hello, good morning. I'm Sonny Tawakot Abolale, the HOD Agric and Social Service Authority SCA, Voice of the Farmer. This is a platform for farmers to be connected with. There are platforms where farmers can link to other farmers all over the world. They can bring farmers out and make sure that they go places This is a platform you need to be with. This Voice of the Farmer. Keep following for more updates. Voice of the Farmer.
Welcome back. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate your effort. So I want to say something before I allow everybody to say our own contribution about advising the youth about the involvement in agriculture. Now sometimes if you don't understand what you are doing, or you don't know what the importance in what you are doing, you might be misleading, or you don't even know where to go for. You see, sometimes there are different value chains in agriculture. So I'm talking to people that are watching us out there now. There are different value chains in agriculture. It's not until you hoe and cutlass before you can be a farmer. You can be in another value chain. You can be in the feed value chain. You can be in the production. You can be in the processing. Anyone that you can choose, just make sure you are into agriculture. Remember, someone said something this morning that if war happen now, some people they can afford to walk naked on the street, but when it comes to hunger, nobody can do without food. So that means as a farmer, you are just like a king in the world. And that is what we are doing at Voice of the Farmer. We are trying to celebrate, we are promoting, and we are dedicating our farmers. Please, I want to call on all our youth. Please let us get involved in agriculture. It is not a dirty job. Stop looking for this white collar job here. We are looking for this, we are looking for that. There is no job anywhere. Look at the situation of the country. And I think a few weeks ago, the federal government declared a state of emergency for food security. That means they also know there is more in agricultural space. Because I'm calling on our youth. If you are not a farmer before, I think this is the right time for you to start farming. You can start from your backyard. According to what Mr. Kayode said, just keep following us on Voice of the Farmer. Anything you can do. You are talking about snail farming, you are talking about catfish, you are talking about crop farming, vegetable, anything you can do in the agri space. We'll definitely link you through. Just follow us and contact us on some of our social media platforms too. So let me go to Miss Thomas. What advice do you have for the youth in the for them to come into the space in just 30 seconds so that we wrap up immediately?
Okay, fine. Talking about that, we have different value chains. And looking at it, just as you said, it's not it's not everybody that will be in the production line. Do you understand? And when we look at the
Yes.
value chains, we have 5 major value chains. Do you understand? We have the agricultural input supply, we have the farm production aspect, we also have the post-harvesting, handling, we have the processing and the marketing. And when you look at it in each sector of fish of farming, just like in fish, whether be it in crop farming or animal husbandry, we have different value chain in each of those products you want to go into. So just for every youth out there, pick the one in which you know you would have enough strength. And we all know the power of social media. If you think you want to go into the marketing and line, you can as well go into, after all, a nation like China, the government actually empower the youth when it comes to this area in marketing. Now, just like we now we go for NYC over there in China, if they hardly go for NYC, they actually exercise their marketing skills by taking farm produce to the market and making sure that they create awareness to sell that produce. Do you understand? So we have different value chains. So pick the one in which you know you have enough strength to do. And that's how it starts. You don't just go for the one you know you can't handle. And it's not a must for everybody to be in the production line. So just go to the one you know that you have enough strength and you can start. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Kayode Adejumo, so what do you have to say to the youth? I know you have a lot to say, but I'm very, very sorry because of the time. Let us just maximize that time. So, Mr. Kayode Adejumo, what do you have to say to the youth out there in youth inclusion into agricultural sector?
Okay, sir. All right, thank you, sir. Let me just say, one of the things the Voice of the Farmers is doing, especially this platform, is another impact of youth in agriculture. So it's not compulsory you go to the farm, you weed, you take hoe, you cut grasses. No, farming is more than that now. Like my sister said, you can go into backyard farming too. Like I said, you can grow vegetables, you can grow yams, you can do everything, even with your job. After your day-to-day activities, you can still visit your backyard, do 1 or 2 things. Within 5-10 minutes, you are done. So I will just encourage the youth to find something doing in agriculture, especially the value chain. And it's the technology era now. Find something doing. You can advertise on social media. For example, now, all the goods I've sold this month, I don't know one of them. Everything is on social media. So with that, for example, now I'm in my office. So you can be making your money from there. So value advertisement, once you try make up your mind to go into agriculture, make sure you advertise very well. And the value chain, don't neglect it. If you know you can't grow crops, you can be supplying. If you can't supply, you can do anything in Agric and you'll be making your money. But what I just want to say is that you can just help people by contributing to your community. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kayode Adejumo. So I think Mr. Stephen Pokola is now here with us. So, sir, I want you to lend your voice to our youth out there on youth inclusion in agriculture, because we still need more of youth in the agricultural space. So I want to apologize and beg every one of us. I know we have a lot of things to say. Now, I think I promised after this show there is going to be a show that we'll call Agri Youth, and that is Agric in the youth in the Agric space, where we are going to be engaging ourselves, at least advising ourselves, telling our youth to do more in the agricultural sector. And I think we have something like that before, but just to make it sustainable and some other issues, that was why we stopped it so. But I think with this, we need to revive it back so that we have more youth inclusion in the agricultural sector. So, Mr. Stephen, so what do you have to say to our youth out there?
All right. Just as I met in the mouth of Mr. Kayode, because there was a bit of a network glitch here, and I had to just go. Finding it very hard to reconnect. Agriculture or farming itself is not just about the production of crops or maybe just going to the farm there. We've got agriculture has got a space for everyone. Has got a space for everyone. All you just need to do, just like a wise man once said, he said there are goals everywhere, but it takes a trained eye and a relaxed mind to actually capture it. There are a lot of opportunities in agriculture, because right now we even, just like I advised some set of youth few weeks ago, that the problems we are having in farming these days, which you can see, which you think is not, it's one of the reasons you don't want to go into farming or agriculture, is an opportunity.
Exactly.
That problem you see that is scaring you away from farming or from agriculture, is an opportunity itself. So it's not until you go into the field there, you dig the ground, you sow your seed, and you start nurturing the plant to grow and you start harvesting before you can actually participate in agriculture. There are a whole lot of value chain in agriculture. You don't need to be a producer to actually benefit from agriculture. You can be a marketer. You don't don't really need to be a producer. Maybe you are this techie savvy, or let's say savvy. You can actually, look at now. Maybe you just have this, you are good at developing things. You are a web, let's say programmer or the likes. You can actually develop solution app to various agricultural problems.
Sure.
You are very good at fabricating things with metal and all these wood, let me say metal work, all these welding and things. You can look into agriculture, look into a problem, and you design something, you come up with something, you start making money from it. And look at now, I told some set of people, I said, do you know the set of planters? I don't want to go into that again because it's another issue on its own. The set of planters, these manual planters, they are bringing for us from outside the country there, they don't really last. Whereby we have our let's say welders, or let's say metal fabricators that can actually fabricate.
Can do it well, yeah.
I've seen the one being fabricated here locally, lasting longer and doing better than those plastic ones we import. There are a whole lot of things. Okay, you don't really need to be a crop farmer. You can be a livestock farmer. You don't really need to have this big. Some people think until you have it big before you can go establish. You can start small. sack farming, as Mr. Kayode mentioned, in your backyard there could give you a whole lot. Then those in the fish production with various containers, you can actually rear fish and you start cashing out. You can actually help connect farmers to the market and you start cashing out. You can just even be a marketer of maybe agri produce. Look at our mama in the house, Miss Deborah. You can actually meet up with someone like that and just get to know about their product. Then you go ahead to farmers, you understand, help them promote their product to farmers that don't know of products as very good as this. Then from there you start having your own discounts and you start making things. So we don't really need to wait until when we have it big. And there is one thing I also want to say, we don't really need to wait for the government this time around. If we keep waiting for the government, see, we will wait forever. Why we not just start? Okay, why we not just start up things that will even motivate the government or force the government to invest in us? I think I don't really want to mention name now because I am not advertising for any brand now. There is a particular auto company in Nigeria that people have been saying, how come we have such an auto company producing this much, and other countries are making this auto company product they are of.
I think the network is very bad at Mr. Stephen Popola's. I think he's not really doing well with the network. So now let me just say a very big thank you to all our guest speakers here. I want to appreciate you guys for at least coming on board because it's just an impromptu show. So thank you very much for coming on board. And I want to advise our youth, please just put your hand on something, try something out in the agricultural space because you won't regret doing that. So if you are just joining us on this live show, this is just a show that we'll use just to commemorate the International Youth Day. We are looking at the importance and impact of youth in the agric space now. So thank you very much for joining us. After this show, please kindly help share, help comment, and at least to follow us, like our page, and share our page on different social media platforms. We have Voice of the Farmer. And what we do is that we celebrate, we promote, and we educate farmers. Just expect many things from us when it comes to connecting the youth, connecting the farmers, connecting the real farmers to the market, and anything when it comes to agricultural sector. My name is Olumide once again. I'm the team lead for Voice of the Farmer. You know, that's how we just do it. So we are just Voice of the Farmer. We speak for the farmers, we celebrate them, and we promote them. Till I come your way next time on another show again, I say bye-bye and God bless.
Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, mo máa bá gbẹ̀ lọ o. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, láyé fi gún. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, láyé fi gún. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìlú tí ò bá ságbẹ̀ lè bí ọ̀gbàgbà fọwọ́ mẹ́kẹ́ tí máa ń bá wọn múlẹ̀ bí ẹ̀gbẹ́ iṣu. Show me a city without farmers and I will show you a land of farming. Nítorí àwa mọ̀ pàtàkì àwọn àgbẹ̀ láwùjọ la ṣe ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ikọ̀ Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ Voice of the Farmers jẹ́ ikọ̀ tó ń dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ jákèjádò nípa ìṣètò àwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó yè kooro lóòrèkóòrè lórí ìlànà à ń gbà ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà tí yóò fi pé ni ìgbélárugẹ àti àyẹ́sí àwọn àgbẹ̀ education, celebration and promotion of farmers. Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers wà lórí àwọn ìtàkùn káyélujára bíi Facebook, Instagram àti Thread at Voice of the Farmers. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la tún wà lórí YouTube at Voice of the Farmers TV. A tún máa ń ṣe ìsopọ̀ láàárín àwọn àgbẹ̀ àti àwọn alágbàtà èrè oko tó fi mọ́ àwọn ọjà tó tọ́ láti ta èrè oko sí kí èrè oko wa má bàa ṣòfò. We link farmers to the right market for sale. We also help farmers to market their farm produce. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ lè kàn sí Voice of the Farmers lórí àwọn nọ́mbà wọ̀nyí 0907 872 8288 tàbí 0706 662 8752. Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn àwọn àgbẹ̀. We celebrate, educate and promote farmers.